Bigtone coming at you from Bigtone Productions, Beats and Feasts, and you know what time it is. It's time for another cooking video. Today we're going to do something that I've seen on variations of this on YouTube, but I wanted to try my own little spin to it. But it is a creamy chicken, mushroom, and artichoke over pasta, or I guess with pasta, because I'm going to mix it all together. But hey guys, if you like the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications. Make sure you share the video, guys. Let's get started with the pasta dish. The supporting cast is very simple. I got 3 chicken breasts in here. I buy the whole chicken breast, skinless and boneless, and I cut it down myself because they charge you to cut it. So I cut it in half, so it'll actually be 6 pieces of chicken there. So I got some mushrooms here. I'm just using button mushrooms. Then I got some artichokes hearts that have been jarred up. I think they're whole, but I'm gonna quarter them. I'm gonna cut the halves or the wholes in quarters. Either way, I'm gonna cut them down. And then I got some heavy cream chicken broth. I got some Philadelphia cream cheese. As you've heard in my other videos, I don't use anything else other than Philadelphia cream cheese. I got some butter, and then some garlic powder, some minced garlic. The pasta that I'm using is penne. You can use whatever pasta you like. I like this. And then I'm going to add some thyme to it, a little bit of rosemary to the chicken, some leaf oregano, and of course cracked black pepper, and some pink Himalayan salt. That's really all the ingredients that goes in this. Oh, and I'm going to put an onion in there as well. So 1 whole sweet onion is what I'm going to be using. But other than that, let's get started putting this together, guys. Okay, so as I said, I'm using 1 whole onion. I'm just gonna chop it up, and I'm not gonna dice this. It's gonna be in a big dice. So we're just gonna go ahead and start by cutting the end of it off. I really don't know why I'm showing you this, guys, because you guys are professionals already. So I don't know why you need to know how to cut up an onion, but I am gonna show you how I cut it up. If I was dicing the onion, I would keep the root in on there, but I'm not dicing it. I'm just gonna make a rough cut. And what I mean by rough, I'm just making pretty large sections of it here. Same thing I would do with the dice, but they're quite larger. So let's just call it a large dice, so to speak. And take that, throw it in the bowl, and that's all it says. That's all for the onion. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut down the chicken. So as I stated earlier, I buy the whole chicken, or the whole breast, right? And I cut it down myself. So when I get this chicken, you know, it's got some impurities here, so I'm gonna cut these off. Cut those off. Cut a little bit of the fat off that's there. And then we're just going to slice it down. Just like that. So we got 2 nice even pieces. And we're going to set it aside on a plate here. So I'll end up having a total of 6. So I'm going to do the other 2 pieces here. And we'll get started on seasoning them. I got my water boiling here. And I'm gonna pour this whole box of pasta in this water. One thing I did learn over time, make sure you got enough room in your pot for your pasta. Don't put it in a real small pot. So I got it on a little rolling boil here. I'm just gonna add it in, stir it up a little bit, and I gotta carefully watch this. I definitely don't want this to get overcooked, because like I said, once I get the sauce made, we're going to put it in with the chicken and the mushrooms and the artichokes. So we don't want to overcook it here. We want to make sure that it's got some tug to it, so that it'll continue cooking in the pasta, in the rest of the dish. Over here at the stove, we're just going to put our chicken in. We got a little bit of butter melted in the pan, and we're going to put probably 3 or 4 pieces of chicken in at a time, unseasoned. Alright, so I got 4 pieces of chicken in there. This side, we're gonna go ahead and hit it with the little pink Himalayan sea salt. Little cracked black pepper. A little bit of garlic powder. Just a sprinkle of thyme. And we're gonna hit it with a little bit of rosemary. I love the taste of rosemary on chicken. Alright, so we're gonna let that cook for a second on one side, then we're gonna flip it over, do the same thing on the other. So I flipped the chicken over, come right back on the other side. Got a nice little color on them. Hit it with some pink Himalayan sea salt. Cracked black pepper on this side. A little dusting of thyme. A little bit more rosemary on this side. Most of that's going to be in the skillet, guys. So, and a little bit of garlic powder. I've taken my first batch of chicken out. I placed my second one in there. You see it's got a lot of remnants in here in the pan. A lot of thyme and a lot of the rosemary. So we're going to leave that in there because we're going to deglaze it with some chicken broth. But let me get this cooked down and take the chicken out, and we'll start with the onions and the mushrooms. Right, so you see the pan here. Looks like it's burned up a little bit. That's a lot of the rosemary though. Put a little bit more butter in there. Alright, we got our butter in there. I'm going to go ahead and throw my onions in. And we're going to throw my mushrooms in there. Right off the bat, we're going to go ahead and deglaze the pan a little bit. A little bit of chicken broth. Probably about a cup. Gonna get all those little nice nooks and sticky things off the bottom here. And we're gonna let that cook down for about 3, maybe 5 minutes. Alright guys, so one thing I failed to tell you about is a little bit of a thickening agent. What I'm gonna add to this is probably about a little bit of flour to this. Probably guessing that's probably gonna be close to maybe 2 or 3 teaspoons of flour to this. This is going to act as a thickening agent. So once I pour my rest of my liquid in here, this is going to be a thickening agent for it, which is what I'm going to do here in just a second. Alright, I'm going to hit it with a little bit more chicken broth. And we're going to throw in about a large heaping tablespoon of minced garlic. You can put as much as or as little as you like. I like garlic, so I put quite a bit in there. Gonna mix this up a little bit. And that flour is gonna start thickening everything here. As this gets hot, I'm gonna add in my cream cheese and let that melt into it. There we go. And you need to push your cream cheese in there. Give it a little help. It's going to take a few minutes to melt that down. You can see this ugly looking sauce here. It's an ugly brown color. So now we're going to add my heavy cream to it. It's about a cup, maybe a cup and a half. You'll be able to tell once you start to mix it up in there to see how much cream you need it, and also make sure you taste your food, guys. So let's mix this up in here and see where we're at. So starting to lighten the sauce up, that ugly color. Ah, there we go. As I was adding these vegetables, the onions and the mushrooms, and then the sour cream and all that, I never seasoned this because it took a lot of the seasoning from the chicken that we added and how we seasoned it in the pan with all the rosemary and thyme and garlic powder, salt and pepper. So a lot of that was still left in the pan, so I didn't bother seasoning it anymore. And I'll know as soon as I taste it what I need to add and what what it needs to get it where it needs to be. Guys, so this is why I tell you to taste your food. After I tasted this, it needs quite a bit more salt, some more cracked black pepper, we're gonna stir this up a little bit, and I'm gonna add just a little bit more seasoning salt to this. One thing that I think I'm gonna add to this that I didn't tell you in my supporting cast is just a little bit of red pepper flakes. I didn't tell you that because I thought it would be enough. Like I said, this is a variation of what I want. So we're gonna add a little bit of red pepper flakes, just to add a little kick to it. Those are totally optional, it's up to you. And this is why I like cooking so much. It is so much up to your interpretation. I'll give you, as I stated before, a blueprint, but I expect you to make it your own recipe. If we made it like everybody else, it'd be a cookie cutter cookie. I got the sauce where I wanted it. I add a little bit more salt. And now I'm gonna add my artichokes. To my surprise, these are already quartered. So I didn't have to do anything except for take them out of the jar. I drained off the juice. And we're gonna pour those in and let them cook a little bit. And we're also gonna add our chicken back to the equation. Before I add the chicken, there's one thing I am gonna add here, and that's just a little bit of leaf oregano. There we go. Take you back to Italy a little bit. All right. So let me add the chicken back. And I'm gonna cut one piece up. So we're gonna let that cook for about 5, maybe 6, 7 minutes. Alright, so that's been cooking a little bit. I'm gonna pour my pasta into the dish. Stir it up a little bit. Get all the pasta mixed in there. And we're gonna let it cook for about 3 minutes. That's all it's gonna need. Pasta finished cooking, which is almost there now. Let the artichokes finish cooking, and I'm gonna plate this up for you. Creamy chicken, mushroom, and artichoke pasta. I really can't wait for that bite. I got a little sprinkled parsley on there just for the presentation. So the rest of the chicken is in with the mixed up pasta. I just cut this up to put on top for presentation. Creamy chicken, mushroom, and artichoke pasta. Quick, easy meal. Realistically, I just did this as I came home from work, so I know you can do it. But I'm waiting for that bite, guys. And I sprinkled a little bit of Parmesan cheese on mine, so you always have that option. Oh my God. Guys, this is unbelievable. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you never miss a video. Make sure you share the video, guys. And hey, this is Bigtone signing off. Peace.